Finally, I know I have spoken of this being an interesting year for a lot of us, and myself in particular, especially these last 6 months. There was a situation that has really overwhelmed me, really taken, just overwhelmed me. It was on my mind a lot, and I kept asking why this happened and what was going on, and I would pray about it. Still wasn't getting an answer. I talk to people and they say sometimes you don't get an answer. Sometimes things just happen because they just happen, and that wasn't good enough for me. I wasn't satisfied with that. I wasn't at peace with that. I guess through this whole situation, this season, I have found out that in some instances, there's things that happen and I'm like, okay, it is what it is, can't change it. But this particular situation, I'm just like, nah. This is not all that is to it. No. Because if it was, I feel like I would have peace about it, but I didn't, because I felt like I didn't have all the information. And it was frustrating that I was asking for it and I wasn't getting it. And I was just like, oh, what is it? Why? And for this past month, my church in Virginia, St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church in Portsmouth, Virginia, where the pastor is Dr. Dwight S. Riddick. This month has been the series has been called Prayer Unplugged, and it has been what he called a September switch. So on Sundays, he was doing Bible study, and on Wednesdays, there would be a preacher. There would be a preached word. But it was all the same to me. And to introduce the series, he had us as a church watch War Room. I've never seen the movie. I've heard about it. I've never really watched it. It came out when I was really younger, really, I guess, less mature in my walk with God. And I just didn't watch it at that time. But us watching it, having us watch it at this time and at this season of my life, and I really didn't even watch it. I was on my way home from work, and I remember that it was on, so I put it on, and I just was listening to it. And I'm a kind of person with my background, I like to look at something when I watch it. But just listening to it was good enough for me. Just listening to the words, listening to the storyline was just good enough for me. I didn't even have to see the picture. And the peace started to come. Still was like, okay, what's going on with my situation? Don't understand. But the peace started to come, and he implored us to find our own war room, find our own secret place that would be a conversation between ourselves and God for whatever we wanted to go to him with. And like I said, I have been praying about the situation, been praying about everything that we have been going through as a country and just for other people. But it made a difference. Finding that secret place and going into that war room and fighting, it really worked. I still was, in this whole month, was like, and this past week, I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. I got to that point where in other situations I was like, okay, it is what it is. Can't change it. It is what it is, whatever. And it's like, God, I really, this is really in your hands. I really cannot do anything more, or really can't say anymore. I've asked all I can ask. I've said all I can say. I feel I've prayed all I can pray. It's just like, it's in your hands. Like, I give up. I really give up. And literally, the next day, I got my answer. I got my answer, got more understanding, and got more peace. And it's true what they say, God, what you don't see him doing, God is always working. Even though you don't see him working, even though it doesn't feel like he's working things out. I know I've spoken on, I've recited over and over and over again, Romans 8:28, all things work together, and he's working to work it out for our good. I was saying it, but did I really mean it? I feel like deep down in my soul, I did, and I wanted to believe it. And knowing what I know now, that's exactly what was going on. He was working it out for my good. And some people would say, oh, he's just protecting you from something. Yeah. What did I need to be protected? What did I need to be protected from? Like, there's nothing I need to be protected from. But sometimes you need to be protected from your own self. And knowing what I know now, I was being protected from my own self. And just some other things. But I say all that to say to you, if you have watched this far into the video, don't give up. Whatever you are going through, it may feel hard, it may feel tough, and you may ask why, you may not understand, but keep asking why. And I implore you, just like my pastor implored us as a congregation, to find that secret place where you and God can have a conversation, or you may feel like you're not even hearing from God, but God hears you. Because that's where I was. I just felt like I wasn't really hearing from God yet. I know I felt like I would eventually get my answer, and I did. But I just went before him, poured my heart out to him. And you can be yourself with God. You don't need to use big words. You can be your authentic self. You don't, like I said, you don't have to use big words. You don't have to. Sometimes it's good to, like one of the weeks in one of his sermons or one of his teaching sessions, he did say sometimes it's good when you are in prayer with God to repeat the word back to God, as what he called breadcrumbs. To know that you are, for God to know that you are in his word, and give God back his word. Because it works, because I did it, and it works. So find that place, find that war room, find that secret place where you can go to God just as yourself, with all your concerns, all your pains, all your worries, and it will work out, and you may be surprised. And also, through this whole thing is, the situation in my mind was so much worse than really what it really was. And that's the trick of the enemy. I know I've talked about that, but it is. It really, really is. The things that I was thinking, the things that I was believing, it's only because the devil wanted me to. He wanted to keep me in that. He wanted me to not believe. He wanted me to believe that I was going to stay in this state. And I'm so glad I'm not in that anymore. I feel so much lighter. You guys just don't know. There was times when it was hard for me to even do this every week. Before I would press the record button, I would be down. And I felt like I was putting on, kind of, and I really don't like people who put on just for the camera, or just for the show, or just for the crowd. But I really wasn't putting on. I just was trying to save face for myself, because I'm a really private person. But, and I didn't want anybody to ask what was going on, what's wrong, or whatever. But, and I still am not. So just know that God worked it out, and I thank those who know the situation, that were praying for me, or who were with me. I thank you for being there. I thank you for praying. Those who did pray for me and didn't know what was going on when I would be emotional on my videos, I thank you for your prayers as well. I don't know what else to say, but I just, I would implore you to, I mean, you're on YouTube already. Go to the St. Mark, I think it's St. Mark Church, St. Mark Portsmouth. Just research, just do a search for St. Mark Portsmouth, Virginia on YouTube, and you'll find the videos. The pastor, like I said, is Dwight S. Riddick, Dr. Janelle Riddick. And just go back and watch all the videos from this month. And also on Facebook too, follow us on Facebook. And he does devotionals in the morning. And so there's a devotional for every morning from this past month. And I ask that you join us on Wednesday as we finish off the month of this Prayer Unplugged, and go into fasting and praying with us, and just not with us, but for yourself, whatever you need God to help you with, whatever you need prayer for, whatever you need peace about, whatever you need strength for yourself, for your family member, for those you love, for the country, we need it. Just join us in this Prayer Unplugged 24 hours. This is going to be Wednesday, September 30th, from 12 to 12. I ask that you join us. So enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week, be the daylight in someone else's life, and enjoy the daylight in yours. And also, we're going on to another month. So for Daylight Candles, I have some new candles that I will be releasing, so stay tuned for that announcement as well. Thanks for watching.